You've been working in politics and media for a long time. And in the past 10 years, we've started to see this dramatic shift, right? You worked at CNN, right?
Yeah.
With Anderson, and now CNN, they went absolutely insane.
But they weren't like that. I'm telling you. And people know.
Well, no, I know.
I mean, look back and look at it. Larry King, we covered all the legal cases and political cases. Anderson Cooper, I've always actually personally really liked. We got along really well. He recruited me to come, to CNN, and they weren't like that. I worked with like Wolf Blitzer, and Lou Dobbs was there at the time, and it was like a normal place, and it was actually kind of cool, to be there.
I used to watch CNN. I used to have CNN on 24/7.
Everyone did.
Because it would give me the breaking news, and the breaking news happened.
Oh yeah,
but
CNN headline news too was good.
But then one day, I noticed all it was panels talking about Donald Trump.
I know.
And I switched to Fox, and it was
redundant.
Iranian protests. I switched to CNN, Trump. Switched to Fox, terrible weather coming your way, storms and disaster.
Fox News Extreme Weather Center.
I got to ask you, for a lot of people who have only seen this from the outside, I'm wondering, what was your experience inside watching this weird polarization and this shift happening, not just in news, but in politics, especially considering your work in San Francisco?
Yeah. It's so interesting because I was first lady of San Francisco, right? Because we're not going to try to hide this. It's like on the internet. But I was married to Gavin Newsom, who was the governor.
But at the time,
San Francisco wasn't even that bad then before. A DA's office was good. Mayor's office was good. San Francisco was clean. It wasn't like your right privilege and you get like, a gold medal to like defecate on the streets in front of kids. Like it wasn't.
But you were married to the man. Clearly there was something good and that you saw in all of that that's not there anymore.
Okay, well, yeah, I saw somebody that was very hardworking and actually really cared about people, really embraced the idea of being a public servant like I did, working for the district attorney's office and trying to do good and do something incredible for the community. And that all involved, actually, law and order and making sure there was not like chaos in the streets, that they were safe, that communities were safe, that children could walk to school, that, people could, raise their kids in different communities. You could invest and buy something that added and increased in value, right? Live your American dream, all the above. San Francisco, absolutely beautiful place. We did Care Not Cash. Gavin Newsom did that.
What was that?
Care Not Cash was, we're not going to subsidize addiction and polysubstance abusers by sitting there and giving them cash to just feed their addiction and kill them, to just essentially be an accomplice to take a life, to actually try to battle back, to give people, drug counseling, treatment, get them clean, help them with getting a new job, helping to reunite, family reunification, whether, if they ended up in the court system, et cetera. We'd have drug court and help people actually through the process and care about them instead of just like throwing a buck at it and saying your life isn't really mattering to this community. We're just going to put you to the side for a second here, et cetera, et cetera.
So my question is, with all of those good things you were seeing and doing, did you actually witness the brain slug enter Gavin's ear and take over his mind and turn him into whatever it is he is today?
Sad.
Figuratively, right? But maybe literally, I don't know.
It couldn't have gotten through the gel with the hair.
The gel. But how did he go from being...
I'll tell you, because there was a whole movement that became this super like liberal left, like woke agenda that is extremely persuasive and aggressive. And if you're not going to stand on principle, like they'll tsunami over you. They will destroy you. I literally had people coming to my house where he and I lived, protesting, lighting sofas on fire in front of our house. I would have to go out there with the hose, and I didn't care. I was like, you're going to come to my house? Like, now you're doing an aggressive act against me, and now it's you and I. Let's go. So I'm like shooting the hose at people. They're ringing my doorbell all hours of the night. They're like, Gavin Newsom doesn't care about anybody. He's like, Attila the Hun. You have no idea. The narrative was so different. He was the most conservative person and moderate, like responsible about taxes and incredible programs for small businesses, all of the above. Then we saw people come in like the quote bicycle coalition. You cannot believe the power of the very vocal minority that comes in with their really weaponized agenda and how they will spend their entire lives to destroy you and try to make a point across so that they become the loudest noise that you cater to.